Hey guys! Oh, whoa, is that much higher than it usually is? Welcome back to another video with me. I'm back in this more fun room that looks better and has natural lighting, so I'm filming this video obviously a little bit later in the day today. I did wake up later than I wanted to. I was supposed to go to the gym, but then I didn't, so I was like, you know what, at least I'm gonna film my video because lo and behold, I looked at my phone for too long and got really depressed. So I'm here again making a video. Welcome back to me. Today I'm trying something because I've been procrastinating this video because I kind of really don't want to make it because I don't want to start drama. But I also don't want to make this video because I'm scared that my preconceived ideas of what I'm about to watch are about to be destroyed, and the dream that I had of this movie is about to be ruined by this video I'm gonna watch. But it's gonna be a little bit longer form, so sit back, relax, we're gonna watch this video together. We're gonna have a talk about it, because I'm very angry. You guys are probably wondering, Nathan, can you tell us the video that you're about to get really sad and angry at? Yeah, I will tell you. I love Kurtis Conner. I really do. The only thing is that recently I stumbled upon a video called Stockholm Syndrome, the movie, and haha, funny title, except the movie in question was Holiday in Handcuffs. I recently watched that movie with my mom, and I have to say it was one of the most beautiful experiences I've ever had with my mom. It was such a good movie. And I know that Kurtis Conner is not going to give it that credit in this video. Now, I haven't seen the video, so maybe he does. Maybe he actually is just like,
haha, like, it's actually a good movie, like, it's actually sweet, but I have to make fun of it because, like, I already started making the video.
It's a good movie, so I don't know why he could, like, yes, the premise is a little insane. You know what? Let's just start the video. Let's just watch the video. I don't want to have bad thoughts about this, but I might. So I just want you guys to know that I love Kurtis Conner, and Kurtis Conner, if you ever see this, I love you. So let's watch this movie with Kurtis Conner, okay? And I'm going to talk about it. Let's get into the video. Here we go.
I know, I'm late.
Oh, well, okay, to start, you already posted this video late. So haha, Kurtis. Me saying that with 74 subscribers, and he has 3.5 million.
And this movie is called Holiday in Handcuffs.
And it's so good. It's called Holiday in Handcuffs, and it's so good.
She's not your average girl. She's messy and lazy, and her life is just a mess. And the movie confirms this by making her eat leftovers out of one of those Chinese food takeout boxes.
Let's just talk about that for a second. First of all, that's called showing. I'm gonna be so annoying because yes, she pulls out Chinese food from the fridge, but also look at the fridge. There's nothing in there. It's gross. It's dirty. And I know that Kurtis Conner just has to make content. He has to make a video, and this is a holiday movie that's crazy, and so he was thinking he could make a lot of jokes about it. I'm not coming for Kurtis Conner.
Trudy goes to the interview, but on the way, she gets stuck in traffic, so she misses the interview.
I know I'm a little late, but you don't understand. You see, my parents and Mr. Portnoy are neighbors, so my dad set this appointment, so it's very important that I see him.
I'm not gonna talk. No. See, he's skipping. No. See, he's. No. Because they wrote a character that was a human, and like, yes, she's crazy and stuff like that. Like, she's a good person deep down, and that's why you're able to empathize with her later in the movie. But the reason she misses her interview, she's late, is because when she's driving there's a bunch of traffic, and to be a good person, she lets somebody cut in front of her, and when that person cuts in front of her, they get into a car accident with somebody else, and so she's stuck behind a car accident. If she had just gone instead of letting that person go, she would have made it to the interview on time, but there's no way for her to explain that to the person when she gets to the interview because they won't let her into the interview office. And even the stakes that her dad set up the interview and she was still late for it, like that is a stake right there. Not only did she miss it, but she also now feels like a disappointment to her own father and has made her dad look bad. This video is 25 minutes, y'all, and I'm only 3 minutes into this movie, into this video, so sit back and relax. This is gonna be a long video. It's already been 13 minutes, let's go. The point of this video, genuinely, like, it's not even coming for Kurtis Conner. It's just a defense video for this movie. The movie producers did not ask. But I am telling, I am giving.
We are so over.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This really messes her up, and she's so distraught that she can't even take Mario Lopez's order when he walks in.
Think about that. The guy that you've been dating. This is how you set up a movie. This is how you set up a movie. Not only that, but she's also stressed because once again, she was supposed to bring him to the family, so she's probably not even thinking about the fact that they broke up. She's just thinking about how much more of a disappointment she's gonna look to her family.
This is where the movie gets a little ridiculous. Let's watch.
You're not going to the bathroom.
I'm not sure what kind of government-sponsored work program you're a part of, but I
will admit, the movie does get a little bit ridiculous here because she kidnaps him, but it's a movie.
Like, the entire thesis of this movie is doing something crazy doesn't make you a crazy person. That's what they say a few times throughout this film.
Doing one crazy thing does not make a person crazy.
That's true. Have you ever been broken up with? You ever done something crazy, not even to an ex, just in a moment of incredible stress? Ever done something you didn't think you'd ever do? People kill people.
Tons of people have missed job interviews and then gotten dumped and then not kidnapped a guy about it.
Yeah, but this movie's asking the question, what if she did?
You're not really gonna shoot me with that thing.
And see, in this scene, he's like, you're not really gonna shoot me with that thing. And she really probably wouldn't. But then a skunk comes out into the road, which makes sense because they're in the middle of the woods. Let's watch what happens next.
You better shoot that thing. You better shoot that thing.
And so now he's reasonably afraid of her.
When Trudy stops at a gas station and gets out of the car to pay for her gas, David doesn't scream or shake the car around or, yell for help or literally anything at all. Dude, when the gas station worker comes out to pump the gas, Trudy tells him that David is really into BDSM and that's why he's tied up.
Well, that's my boyfriend. I'm surprising him with a weekend in the woods, the wild kind of weekend, the tie me up, tie me down kind.
Guys, this scene in this movie, I'm not gonna be like, this scene is brilliant, okay? But it is. Because in this scene, you're watching as the viewer, and you're like, yeah, like Curtis, it's like, just scream and you get help. This is a relatively sane man in the middle of nowhere. Just scream and he might call the police or something, whatever. He comes out and you think that he's suspicious, and then our expectations are subverted. And he brings her handcuffs. I was like, oh, expectations subverted. You have a pretty girl and a relatively normal looking dude are at a gas station and she says, oh, he's into BDSM and he's just tied up and blindfolded. And if he was screaming help, I would just be like, okay. Okay, don't come for me, everybody, and say well, don't let Nathan work at a gas station.
This is when we get another movie trope that I always find really fascinating. Let's watch this one scene and then we'll talk about it super quick.
I think it's safe to say I've lost my job at Taj's Diner Deluxe. I live in a crappy loft downtown.
She said she lives in a crappy loft. Let me remind you what her loft looks like.
I live in a crappy loft downtown.
Yeah, okay, that is true. Her loft was very nice.
And I'm talking only 4,000 squeak.
I actually do like squeak. I'm gonna be like, how many squeak is this apartment? I need at least 600 squeak.
They get to the cottage. And at this point, when I first watched the movie, I was like, well, it's impossible this movie can go any further, right?
Me and my mom both were like, how is she gonna hide him? How is he gonna not say anything?
Here's her big brain solution.
Sometimes when Nick feels awkward in a social situation, he does this whole, I didn't want to be here, I've been kidnapped thing. Okay, well, I'm gonna go help Mom with the eggnog.
That was less than 1 minute. He tried to convince them for less than 1 minute and was just like, well, I tried.
If I was in his position and somebody actively kidnapped me, brought me to the middle of nowhere without my cell phone, and they obviously posed no threat to my life. They genuinely just needed me to pretend to be their boyfriend. Obviously, nobody in the family is going to listen to me because everybody thinks I'm joking. Do I need to get back home that badly to my family for Christmas? Yeah, I'd be annoyed. I'd be like, you're literally insane. You kidnapped me just to pretend to be your boyfriend. But I mean, also me, if it was actually me, I'd be like, but I get it. I'm gonna be here for you. I'm gonna help you out.
He forgot his cell phone at the diner. And before you ask, why can't he just steal someone else's cell phone and call 911? There's someone called the keymaster. This keymaster's job is to hold onto all the phones and keys so people can just, they're forced to hang out there and spend time with the family.
I would do that. I'm not gonna lie. If I have a family event, this is to my whole family. No, nobody's gonna spend Christmas with me, but this is to my whole family. If it's Christmas, no phones. We can go 1 or 2 days without a phone. Everybody tell your work, tell your people. Obviously they'll be accessible if there's an emergency, but no phones.
But this family is full of fucking master gaslighters. That also sounds like a Dark Souls boss.
Master Gaslighter, you're acting crazy right now.
That was funny.
David sees that Trudy still has her cell phone, so he tries to go and steal it from her so he can make contact with the outside world and escape.
Conflict.
All right, old man, I'm not leaving here until you help me. I'm coming back there and I'm gonna use that phone.
There's not going to be any trouble in my store, Super Freak.
Let's talk about the scene. The dad and him have a talk in the car. They set up very well that the dad is pretty, not really there, okay? And also, like, he tries to tell the dad that he's, like, crazy, and the dad explains to him, sometimes in relationships, you just have to, like, go with it to make the other person happy, which is also alluding to his issues in his marriage, which we'll learn about later. But then he goes here, and the guy at it's a little bit of, like, a gay joke, at the gas station thinks that they're actually, like, they are gay lovers, and the dad and Mario Lopez have escaped the cottage for a little bit to like go be gay lovers and be, because they start talking about like oil. And so when Mario Lopez comes back in and is like really angry, the guy reasonably pulls out his gun and is like, yo, I ain't with any of that gay stuff, so you better get out of here before I shoot you. So like, hey, it's kind of realistic. A little bit of homophobia.
David is able to borrow Jake's cell phone, so he goes into the bathroom to make a call. And instead of calling 911 so they could like trace the call at the very least, he calls his girlfriend, who is mad at him because she thinks he stood him up.
Okay, I did not think about it before. Oh, like why didn't he just call 911 instead he called his girlfriend? I honestly don't know. That's one loss for me.
Now that the word is out and help could be on the way, David reveals his master plan.
I'm gonna be the best boyfriend ever, and your parents are gonna fall in love with me.
Oh jeez, I wonder what's gonna happen when he starts spending some quality time with this girl.
Sorry, Curtis. I'm sorry, everybody who's like, Nathan, shut up. He's just making a joke about a bad movie. It's not a bad movie. This movie is so good. Because now, okay, this is just constant conflict on conflict on conflict. Because you're watching the movie like, dang, he won now. And it's like, we were like wondering how she was gonna lose, and halfway through the movie, she's losing. You know what I mean? And they just keep ramping it up. Because now he's like, I'm gonna win. And not only that, I'm gonna do one better and be the best boyfriend ever.
But Trudy, she doesn't like that.
My family likes you more than they like me.
And see, it's that kind of thing where you start to see the human side of people. It's like, obviously this girl didn't kidnap you because she's crazy. Like, she just is really sad. I'm not gonna make this a whole thing about like empathy is like so important, but like this is why I think this movie is beautiful, because I think it's just like, yeah, once you start spending some quality time with her and gets to know her as a person, you get to see the full story.
Like, that's genuinely what this part of the movie is, watching someone fall in love with their captor. It's not cute.
No. No, because listen, no, because because it's that kind of thing, what I was saying before. He knows help is coming, and he's just on this family retreat. What else is he gonna do? And in doing so, and letting go, he realizes, wow, okay, this girl is cool, and I actually enjoy spending time here and with her. This is interesting. He's having to question a lot in his own mind. Now, am I a supporter of Stockholm Syndrome? No. When people kidnap people and put them in their basement, that's different than when people kidnap people and bring them to their family's Christmas vacation just to pretend to be their boyfriend and will let you go after like a week. And I'm not saying it's okay to keep people for a time period without their like consent. It's not like he's just falling in love with her because she's the only person he can spend time with. He's falling in love with her because he's getting to know her as a person. Which maybe that's like what happens with Stockholm Syndrome, but still, no, this movie is good.
He proposes to her with the wedding ring that he had on him.
He proposes to her because she looks really bad in front of the family, and so he's like, I'm gonna do something like really crazy to make you look like really good.
And while all of this is happening, David's girlfriend is trying to find out what happened to him. So she goes to Trudy's friend's house and they start interrogating her.
You know, when we catch her, you'll be put away too for accessory to kidnapping. Obstructing justice.
This movie, once again, being the progressive, amazing thing that it is, because it's showing that police officers are really messed up and just will say anything to they'll manipulate people. Police, you can't trust them.
So they're all having family dinner together, and they all start arguing about how unhappy everybody is and how everybody's life is falling apart.
But it goes to show you everybody's going through something, and we all just put out this facade to try and like make other people happy. And it's like, if everybody could just realize that everybody's struggling, we could be more empathetic.
Fortunately, Trudy's luck is about to run out.
Everybody freeze! It was so good because they get in this big fight, and then they just like all like, let's just eat. And then the police come. It's like, it never stops escalating. It's a well-written script. Whoever wrote this movie, thank you so much. This is somebody who got a job to write a script and actually tried really hard to do a good job. And I appreciate that.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before, unafraid to reference or not reference, put it in a blender, shit on it, vomit on it, eat it, give birth to it.
I know everything about this film has been ridiculous, but this is the most unbelievable part, okay? This scene right here. Because if this was real life, Grandma would have been lit up by these guys in fucking 2 seconds.
Maybe if she was black, she would have been lit up. You're absolutely correct. But this is pretty believable.
Luckily, they don't get in trouble because David doesn't press charges.
Poor schmuck didn't press charges.
After all of this, what would be the point of pressing charges against this family with a daughter that obviously was going through something and made a stupid decision?
But anyways, the rest of the movie has David getting ready to marry his girlfriend, but he ends up dumping her to be with Trudy.
Another thing, this movie tries to make us believe that they fall in love, but it's like, no, he's not gonna go after her. He's gonna go back to his life. Because what sane person would go to the person that kidnapped them? He's like, no, I'm gonna go back to my life. But when he goes back to his life, he realizes what he's been missing out on as well. From humanizing her, he was able to humanize himself and realize that he was missing some things emotionally, and this marriage wasn't something that he really wanted to do. Also, just talk about how progressive this movie is. The brother comes out as gay, so that was the thing that he was like hiding from the family. So it was like, okay, this movie is doing everything. It's giving me all the things that I need. It's for 2007, okay? It's giving me all the things that I need.
It's giving Cher.
Let's see what Trudy thinks the lesson of the movie is.
Doing one crazy thing probably does make you crazy.
But it can also make you happy.
All right.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. If you take that in the wrong way, yes. But you could also take it in the way of, there's a lot of things that are crazy. People think, you know, it's crazy to fall in love with somebody. Is falling in love the same as kidnapping somebody? No. You know, it's like getting up on a stage and performing, like, it's crazy. But it's what makes somebody happy. Or like performing a surgery. That's crazy. But maybe that makes you happy.
A Christmas movie is supposed to have a nice lesson about, you know, family and love, generosity, right? But this does not have that.
This movie didn't have a nice stuff. These are the movies I love. You want to know why? Because it's about this stuff. This is the real stuff. This is the Christmas movie for people who have dysfunctional families. It's like nobody's perfect, but nobody talks about it, and we all have these walls up, and we pretend, and we do crazy stuff, and we put up these walls, and we put up these performances to act like we're okay in front of our family, when we're not. If we could all just be honest with each other and let everybody know, like, hey, I am struggling, and we just love each other unconditionally and support each other, then that's beautiful. And that's what this movie is about. Okay, once again, KURTIS Connor, I absolutely adore you. I love your videos. I love watching them so much. I'm not mad at you. I just wanted to come to the defense of this movie. I wanted to be a voice for this movie that doesn't have a voice and say, you all should go watch this movie because it is really good. Like, if you've been kidnapped, this movie might not be for you. I hope that's not insensitive, but I really do think this movie brings up real family stuff. Like, it really makes you see that, like, family and learning to get along and come together as a family isn't always just beautiful and peachy. It's really having to dig deep and unveil the parts of ourselves that we're not really proud of and the gross parts of ourselves. So yeah, it does show the gross parts of people, the worst parts of people, but those are the things that we have to be able to see in order to actually love somebody unconditionally. Now listen, I'm not saying it's okay to kidnap people, and I'm not saying that if the worst part of you is that you kill children or that you're like mean to people, there are obviously things within reason, but if you understand what I'm trying to say, then you understand what I'm trying to say.
If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, like, I honestly feel bad for you. Like,
anyway guys, this video was a little bit longer, but I really enjoyed making this video. If there are any other bad movies that you think deserve a little bit more credit than they get, please let me know and I will talk about them. Or I'll look for some more bad movies and try to give them a little bit more credit than they deserve. This movie deserves all the credit. But I also think it's fun to kind of give movies that are bad more credit than they do deserve, just to like, what if they actually did mean to do this? Once again, this movie actually did achieve all of the things that it was supposed to do because it was good. I'm not gonna back down from that. Thank you so much if you stuck around till the end. Thank you so much for watching this video. Type in the comments, I love string cheese, if you watched until the end of the video. I will see you guys in next week's video. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and please let me know if there's any movies you want me to watch and talk about in my 1-minute movie series, or if there's anything that you want me to talk about in whatever this is, where I just talk about stuff. So that's it. Drink some water. I need to drink some water actually, so I'm gonna go get a cup of water right now. I have not drank any water today. Don't forget that it's all made up, so love yourself because they made it up. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.